This is a $5 can of soup. So today we're gonna try to make a version of this at home for less and make it healthier. And stick around because I'm gonna see if my family actually prefers it.
Okay, look, so on paper, this isn't so bad. It's got all the right things. It's got lentils. It's got the word organic. But here's the question. Are you paying for the food or are you paying for the convenience? I was talking to one of my favorite people in the world today, my buddy Marvin, and he said soup in his house is the vegetables he was getting ready to throw out. That's just it. Soup, it's peasant food. You know, it should be cheap. It should be super affordable. $5 a serving for something you eat at home? I'm sorry, that's unacceptable. So we're gonna recreate our own recipe. I'm gonna break down exactly what I'm putting into it, which is essentially the same ingredients that are on here, more or less. But what I'm gonna be doing is removing the oil. I'm gonna try to uptick the protein amount, the fiber amount. The ingredients in here are filtered water, onions, green lentils, carrots, celery, potatoes, diced tomatoes, green beans, spinach, olive oil, sea salt, garlic, spices, balsamic vinegar, wine vinegar, grape must. What is grape must? Hey Siri, what is grape must?
Do you want me to use ChatGPT to answer that?
You can search the web.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
Grape must is a sweet and sour condiment made by blending mustard seeds with concentrated grape juice, often reserving in a dark purple color. It offers a fruity, powerful, and slightly spicy flavor, frequently used on cheese plates and roasted meats. Okay, well, we're not going for that vibe. Okay, I don't know if I'm gonna get around to this vibe of the grape must, but I just learned something here today. Did you know what grape must was? If you did, I think you're lying. But if you did, let me know legitimately in the comments. I'm very curious if anyone that watches this channel knows what the heck that was. So with the exception of that one very interesting ingredient, nothing in here is outside of like the realm of the usual stuff you have in your kitchen. Because here's the thing, lentils are legitimately one of the cheapest things on the planet. What you're paying for in here is not ingredients, really. You're paying for water, packaging, branding. I like how the ingredients here are a can versus a cup, as if you're not eating the whole can as one serving. That's a serving. Is anyone splitting this amongst two people? Unless you're having this with a sandwich too, maybe, I don't know. In my house, it's like it's a can a person when it comes to soup. So I'll let you know after I finish my recipe what the final nutrition label of mine would look like. I'll let you know what the cost difference would be. Because my ultimate goal isn't just to recreate this to save you money. It's also to show you a healthier version that you can make at home in not that much time. Because something like this, you can make in giant portions and freeze it and pop it out just like you would at a can. So first up, we're gonna get everything ready. So watch the recipe through first, and then you can prepare it on your own. So the first thing we're gonna do is water saute our onion, along with our carrot and celery. I'll tell you this, if there's a dead giveaway in this, it's gonna be just the uniform cuts of the vegetables. Here's the thing, I don't think my family is gonna have a hard time telling the difference between the canned and my version. That's just gonna come down to probably the consistency of my vegetable cuts, which is not gonna be perfect, right? So what I'm trying to do here isn't necessarily trying to trick them into thinking my soup is the soup from the store. What I wanna know is if it's good enough that there's no reason to buy that soup from the store. That's what we're really looking for in this test. We're gonna let those vegetables sweat down a little bit, get a little bit of color on them. And remember, we don't need oil here. We just need heat and a little bit of time and a little bit of stirring. Maybe a little bit of water or broth if you want. I don't mind letting them get stuck a little bit of the pan and scraping them down a little bit. That's how you get color on your food. That's flavor. Just don't let it burn. That's not flavor, that's like carcinogens. Next, we're gonna put in our garlic and we're gonna put all of our spices in and we're gonna let them bloom. And again, I know a lot of people say you need oil to bloom your spices. You don't, you just need heat. Let the heat hit them for like a minute. Now we're gonna add in the rest of our ingredients. We're gonna put our lentils in. Rinse your lentils before you put them into your pot. We're gonna add our potatoes, our canned tomatoes with the water, along with the broth. If you don't have broth, straight up water will work, but it's not gonna have the same vibe if you put like a nice vegetable broth in. Go for a low sodium one, ideally. You can always add more salt to your individual bowl later on. And we're gonna simmer that for like 25 to 30 minutes until the lentils are tender. And remember, all this is gonna carry over cook. So if your lentils are mushy when you're done cooking them, they're gonna be super mushy by the time you eat them. You can always cook it a little bit longer. You can't uncook it, you know what I'm saying? Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw in the green bean and just let it wilt for a minute or two. This is where we're gonna try to add a little grape must vibe. So what I found online is that if I put a tablespoon of balsamic vinegar and like a teaspoon of date paste or maple syrup in, that should give it the right vibe. So let's see how that does. But this is where you'll put your spinach in. Otherwise, we're gonna serve it up. Now, before we see what my family thinks, I'd like to give a quick hello to some of you who've said hello to us in the comments down below. Sheila from Fredericton, Ohio. Roberta from north of San Francisco. Summer C, the vegan alchemist, dialing in from sunny Oakland, California. May from Mansfield, Texas. Janice from Scotland. Severin watching from, I'm gonna butcher your town name, Macacol in France. Let me know if I got that even remotely close. Laura in San Antonio, Texas. Lori from Manitoba. Stacy from Mississippi. Tim from Durban, South Africa, Lori in Pennsylvania, and Pat in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Pat left us the most lovely review of our cookbook, so thank you very, very much. If you'd like a copy of this, you can get it from the QR code on the screen. If you want a hard copy, which we personally autograph to you, my email is on it's right here. You can email me, I'll let you know how to get a copy. All right, let's see what my family thinks of this recipe. I guess it doesn't matter. What's the best one for us to try first, guys? What's the best litmus test? Should you have water in between too?
Put it in your mouth. Jeez,
Smells like chemicals.
If you're gonna take so long, let me
I'm gonna try this one first.
You're gonna try the canned one first?
It smells like chemicals. Wait, actually.
Here, I'll get you some water.
Oh, it's so salty. It's like pickled.
Yeah, are you sure you didn't add anything to it?
I did not mess with the. I promise I did not mess
What's
with
the expiry date?
I bought it at the store.
Well,
like this week.
Just check it.
I'm just gonna try this one now.
You want to have some water in between?
That one has too much salt, and this one needs salt.
Well, but that's just it. You can add more of your own. So why don't you add some salt and see what you think?
But this one definitely doesn't taste like it's gone bad.
Yeah, what's the expiry? Can you check the expiry date?
2028.
But it's really salty.
That's the worst one I've ever had.
Like, it tastes like I'm just eating, like, a saltine cracker.
Okay.
Like, actually.
Yeah. This is better.
Okay.
You add more salt.
Yeah.
You like?
Good.
All right. Are you trying? You've already had that.
Oh, you need to pre-cook the lentils.
I
Not
thought.
cooked.
Did you guys not find the lentils are cooked?
Crunchy.
Well, Mom said.
Oh. Well,
That's what I learned when I was making lentil soup. You gotta pre-cook them.
okay. So I should have cooked them a little longer then. Okay, but that's something that you can just fix by letting it sit a little longer.
Or just cook them.
Or just cook them. I tasted a couple. I thought they were okay.
Tastes really good.
I
I don't think it needs salt at all. So this one's like, they put something in it to make it thicker.
Well,
Wow.
like, but you could blend some of ours to
Oh,
thicken
wow.
it, right?
The saltiness is definitely apparent.
You know, like if you wanted to make this one creamier, just blend a little bit. Put your immersion blender in, or take a cup out, put in your blender, and then mix it in.
It's fine, but clearly, like, look at even the colors, how bright ours is. Yeah, I like the homemade.
It tastes bad.
I used to like Amy's soups.
It tastes bad. Like,
Is it just this one's not good? Does anyone else know? Has anyone else had this soup before and they didn't like it?
Or maybe they, like, changed it. Like,
I swear I didn't
I
pick a
don't
soup.
hate it. Like, I ate it for lunch last week, but I wouldn't
Maybe they
choose
changed the
it
recipe.
unless I was desperate. Whereas this, I'd be like, oh yeah, yummy soup.
Yeah, I would make this anyway just
They
because
could have changed the recipe since you last time.
they might have changed it anyway.
What can we get? Alphabet soup?
We could just make it.
No.
All you need is put alphabet noodles in this.
Yeah, so there we go. Now let's figure out the difference in cost and nutrition. All right, so let's get into the nerdy breakdown. So let's start off with just pure cost. So one can of soup, as we know, was $5 Canadian. My pricing is going to be in Canadian. I'll put conversions up here. My rough estimate for all the ingredients I used, I got to $11.05 Canadian. That's for the whole pot, which I'm going to be generous and say it was 6 servings, probably closer to 8. So at 6 servings, that means each serving was $1.84, or this much American, which is like a quarter of the cost. And it didn't really take that much time to make, as you saw. So that's one thing. Now let's talk about the nutritional difference, because I promised you at the beginning of this video that I would make something that would beat this nutritionally. Let's see how I did. Now I'm gonna do their nutritional information based off their container, assuming that a person is eating an entire can of soup. All right, so you can see these side by side, but I'll just go through them. So in terms of calories, ours are a little bit less, which that doesn't really concern me. The difference of 40 calories here is a bit negligible. When we get to the fat content, ours is a lot lower in fat, probably because there's no oil in it. That's also probably why the calories are a little bit lower. Neither has any cholesterol, it's not a shock. This is one of the big ones that I knew would be a thing. Sodium, so ours is 420 milligrams, and theirs is listed at 1,210. So like 3 times the amount. And for theirs, it's half of the daily recommended, where ours is 18% of it. Okay, we get into carbs. Pretty similar. Theirs is 41 grams, ours is 37 grams. Those are pretty similar. Fiber. Ours beats theirs by about, ours has 1/3 more fiber. So ours is at 12 grams, theirs is 8 grams. Pretty proud of that one. I knew I would beat that. Total sugars, ours is 5 grams, theirs is 8. I'm not super concerned about the sugar amount. I think most of the sugar in there is just natural sugars from the food itself, but still lower in sugar. And here's the one I definitely wanted to beat, and that's the protein amount. So theirs is 11 grams, ours is 14. Yeah, not a huge upgrade, but still, that's not nothing. Now, if this is the kind of thing you would like to be able to do yourself, take something that you normally buy from a grocery store and make it at home cheaper and healthier, that's literally why I created my new app, Adapo. It's essentially like a whole food plant-based masterclass in your pocket. When you first sign up, it's gonna ask you a bunch of questions, which I know sounds annoying, but what it's really doing is building information so it can help you more in the future. This is how it's gonna be able to coach you towards the goals that you have for eating healthier based on your needs. It's gonna create, lesson plans if you want that kind of thing, and activities for you to do. Although if you just wanna skip all that, you can just go over to the coach function, which works like a chat. And it's kind of like talking to me in a way. You tell it, I want to make this soup. These are the ingredients that are inside of it. I want it to have more protein, more fiber, less sodium, whatever your requirements are, and it's going to help figure it out for you and give you the actual recipe you want by walking you through it. And if it gives you a recipe and you don't like some of the ingredients, you just tell it, I don't like mushrooms. Take them out and swap them out with something else. It'll help you do that. So this is the kind of thing that is available for every single person to do. And I promise you the price of the app will save you the kind of money you're wasting by buying cans of soup. And if you're a member of our Mighty network, you can get the app for 30% off, and that discount never goes away. So take advantage of it. In fact, the discount actually basically pays for your membership. So it's like a twofer. I hope you enjoyed this video. If there's any other recipes you'd like me to do something similar to, let me know in the comments down below. But I highly encourage you to get my Adapo app and try doing this kind of stuff all on your own. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button to let YouTube know to share it with other people. Obviously, subscribe for more videos like this. And since you're still hanging around, YouTube has this video all queued up for you to enjoy right here. Thanks.